Welcome to the Car Guy channel. We got a fantastic show for you. It's like we're on top of the world. Once again, we're over at the Normandin Chrysler Complete Mopar, you name it, Mopar everything show. We've done the show here a couple times, and you're going to see a lot of fantastic cars. We got a lot of stuff going on this show, and there's a lot of things we got to talk about, and a lot of things to show you. Some high ones, fast ones, slow ones, and there's even a station wagon here. Mom, they'll get you to the grocery store in about 6 seconds flat. Sit back. There's two things you don't touch. Don't touch that dial, and don't touch any of these cars at the show. Get yourself a cold one. We've got a lot of cars to show you. I had to ask Michelle this question. She got a little nervous at first. I said, I'm not going to ask what you did on your prom night. What'd you say?
Not sure if I remember it.
Not very sure if you remember. Michelle, this truck is absolutely just stunning. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, tell me a little bit about what you did to it.
It's actually two 1950 Dodge trucks put into one. Everything is Chrysler Mopar on it. It has a 1975 Impala rear end, steel.
So that's the only GM part that the car has, isn't it? Okay, but I know
Imperial.
Oh, excuse me. Hey, now I gotta ask one question. We get asked a lot. We do the show all the time, all sorts of stuff. What's your fascination with the Mopar?
Grew up with it. First, this is a 1950 Dodge truck. Is the first truck I learned to drive at 10 years old on the ranch.
You know, some of the highlights are things called attention to detail. When you walk around some of these cars and see how spectacular they are, you can tell this right here is all black lacquered. Look, and it's all polished, and all the nuts and bolts are all chrome plated. And these are Allens. They went ahead and went to the effort to chrome plate the Allen screws to show this is the detail that a lot of guys don't really go through, and I really appreciate it when you guys do it. And that's really what makes this thing high quality. And all the chrome right here is absolutely spectacular. You can tell this job is fresh. I'm hoping our camera can pick up on the luster of this paint. The paint is a pearlescent, light pearlescent, white metallic. And I'm telling you, if we can get a glimpse of this thing here, this is really, really going to shock you. It's absolutely spectacular. Plus, being on a pickup truck, you know, they probably went through their era of, you know, brushes and scrapes and whatnot. This car here is spectacularly straight, not a rust anywhere. Underneath the hood, all the detail is just perfect, totally show quality. They put in disc brakes, they put in power brakes, and the engine is absolutely beautiful, and the car's got power steering. So to drive one of these things with power steering has to make it a total plus all the way around. But when you guys see the luster of this car right here, and you see the nice big wheels on it, it gives it a fantastic look. Again, you guys, I cannot emphasize enough about the attention to detail done on an early model Dodge truck. I'm very impressed with it. I think it's one of the nicest cars here. With the brackets, you can see the billet brackets. These are custom made. Because I don't think there's a lot of reproduction parts for some cars. And in the Mopar world, when you see a lot of these out there, there's not a lot of reproduction parts for Mopars like there are for a handful of cars you can go ahead and rebuild comfortably on money-wise also. But the attention to detail, again, is all the nuts and bolts, all chrome-plated, and they're installed, and it's beautiful. No scratches anywhere. You can actually see the stainless steel strips across the oak bed in here, and it's done absolutely beautiful. You have to check that out, and they're installed right. All the correct Phillips head flat-headed screws that hold the inner fenders onto the body of the truck. You got to look that over. That's called attention to detail. If you can tell, the vintage style tuck and roll style type seats. So what's not real boring in the tuck and roll, or the French stitching goes all the way to the front. They went ahead and they actually put in an underlayment on the front. When they have the two-tone, you got the dark chocolate brown on the back side, you got the white on the front with welting on here. I think it's done very tastefully well. Very, very good taste on it. Again, the dark chocolate colored carpets on the bottom. You see the billet gas pedal, the brake pedal, a little high, but I think it's kind of cool. We got to stop these big old cars, you know that? When the steering wheel comes in, the tilt steering setup, I just think the dash and all the screws, attention to detail, again, like I mentioned, and around the windows, I'm telling you, all that chrome, it's just done really, really nice. Very nice.